one question that I get asked by media and other people, and it's come up just in conversation, people say, well, why are so many people coming out to these conservative rallies? Why are the crowds so big? And, you hear this from these lobbyists and liberal pundits that are on CBC. They'll say, well, why, I don't know. I don't know why these rallies are so big, why there's so many people turning out. Well, I can tell you, it's pretty clear to me. So, I've been out door knocking in my community for weeks and weeks now. But more importantly, I've represented this community for a long time. And one of the things that I keep hearing over and over again for years is we need hope. And we need hope on things like affordability. Housing prices have almost doubled, rent has doubled, people can't afford groceries, people's kids are living in their basements. On doors I get things like, my kid is never going to be able to afford a house. How am I going to be able to afford to live in or retire in Canada? These are the things that I hear, and it's not just from one demographic. It's from people all over every part of my community. Now, the thing is, the Conservative Party of Canada have been literally the only people talking about this at the federal level. The only people. So for years, I've been standing up in the House of Commons. All of my Conservative colleagues have been saying, hey, these years of scandal, of waste, of, deficit spending, of doubling our debt, of breaking our immigration system, these are things that are not acceptable to us, and we need change. And so, it baffles my mind to hear these liberal commentators and stuff go, oh, I don't know why so many people are coming to these rallies. Well, it's because the Conservative Party and Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre is literally the only person who is giving Canadians hope for change, right? And real change, not just the lip service type of change that is being offered by the Liberals. Now think about this for a second. This is what the Liberals have on offer. They hot swapped a guy who was Justin Trudeau's COVID economic advisor and then senior economic advisor while they prorogued Parliament. He hasn't been vetted in Parliament. He hasn't ever held an elected office. And, he's got a lot of questions behind him. Like, today there was questions about more reports of his company that he chaired using offshore tax havens in the Cayman Islands, in Bermuda, questions about people that he's that he's met with, questions about his own personal assets and why he's not fully disclosing those to the public, and questions about the fact that he wants to keep policies that have hurt our country, like the No More Pipelines bill, like imposing a new tax on steel producers. So when people say, well, why are so many people coming out to rallies? It's because Pierre Poilievre is literally the only party leader that for years has been giving people hope for change. And that's what I hear on my doors in my community. We need change. We need to have a new Conservative government. That is our only hope, right? Because you can't take Mark Carney at his word, because of the fact that he's been the architect of these policies and because there's so many unanswered questions about him. So, share this video. Help me get the word out. We're out door knocking with people. We're out talking to people. And I can tell you the one thing I hear over and over in my community is that we need hope. We need to have a Conservative government. And that's why people are showing up to these rallies, because they want to hear that hope. They don't want to have more of the same from the Liberal government. I'm going to get back on my doors. Working hard for you. Have a